going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. All right, what's going on, everybody? I want to just go over what our winter plans are with this car right here. As you can see, I have a lot of nice looking things around the garage today. Now, I went on Sunday. I drove about 5.5 hours for this. This is the On3 forward-facing turbo kit for the 96 to 04 Mustang Cobra. This is a 70 millimeter air housing, and I believe it's a 68 or 66 exhaust housing. This is capable of producing 600 wheel horsepower, this size turbo right here. We're not going to run that much because, as you guys know, this is a stock bottom end car. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to eventually put rods and pistons in this motor, because that is the plan. But for now, I think we're going to stay around about 450 wheel, right where these cars like to live at, without totally breaking stuff. So that's probably more than likely what we're going to do. But I did get a couple of extras with this kit also. We have the massive On3 intercooler right here. This thing is very, very beefy, very, very nice. We have our forward-facing exhaust manifolds right there. Our 70 millimeter turbo. I did not get two things that I've come across so far with this kit. I'm missing the oil feed line, which he told me about. But I did not know that I'm missing the pipe that actually goes up to the throttle body. So unfortunately, we're going to have to figure something out about that. And we're also going to have to get a MAF housing welded into that pipe, and also an intake air temperature sensor welded into that pipe. We also have all of our intercooler piping, like I said, minus that pipe that goes to the throttle body. But we do have our blow-off valve right here. It is a tile blow-off valve, so that is an add-on. Obviously, they do not come with a tile blow-off valve. Then we have our wastegate over here. I'm not too sure what springs are in the wastegate or the blow-off valve. We're going to have to figure that out as we go. This is the dump tube for the wastegate. This is looking like it's just going to dump right underneath the car. We might change that, we might not. I haven't fully decided yet, but I will tell you, we are putting the exhaust straight out the bumper over here. That's where the exhaust is going to live at. But yeah, we have our hot side, our cold side. We have the whole hot side, that's for sure. We definitely have the whole hot side, plus a couple pipes that I'm actually not going to use. Mainly, I'm just going to use probably this pipe right here, which is our turbo flange pipe. So this pipe will go from the forward-facing headers to the turbo, and the turbo lives in between my radiator and engine, if you guys aren't familiar with these cars. But yeah, so we have all of that. And then on top of that, we got some coolant pipes and stuff like that. I'm probably not going to use those either. I'm going to do the nice AN coolant crossover delete on this car. I'm trying to get mechanical stuff nice before we do body. You don't really want to be working around like a freshly painted or wrapped or anything like that car. Chances of damaging it are pretty high, when you're using wrenches and stuff around it, pulling engines out and stuff. So that goes over all of that. The guy was nice enough to give me a mass airflow meter off an 0304 Cobra and the factory 39-pound injectors from the Terminator Cobra. We're probably not going to use any of that because we do already have 42-pound injectors in the car, and I do have a Terminator MAF already in this car. So that's kind of just extras for us. I was like, you know what, might as well take it. Why not? If I have an injector go bad or something, I have 39-pound injectors now right there. Or if one of my friends needs them or whatever. So that goes over the turbo kit that we have. But we do have some other problems with the engine in this car. Now, this car burns oil. It's done it since before I sold it. It is the valve stem seals. I'm 100% sure on that. I know it's not piston rings or anything like that, because we ran a compression test on this car and it had great compression, like factory brand new compression. So I know we don't have an issue there. So unfortunately, we're going to have to pull this motor out. It's just easier to do the valve stem seals out of the car. And I do have to address the oil pan in this car. It's cracked from way, way back when. It's been leaking for a long time. It actually hit Route 9. The road had a crown in it like this. And the pan contacted that when I was on my way to a meet probably 8-9 years ago, and we never fixed it since. So we're gonna have to pull that pan out. We're gonna have to weld it, JB weld it or something like that. I also want to get the dent out of it. It's dented up a little bit. I'm gonna hit that from the inside out, get it nice formed again. I really want to reuse the pan because this is a $600 MMR oil pan, and it's already tapped for an oil drain for our spoolie boy over here. So that's the plan. Fix the oil pan, valve stem seals, anything else we see while we're in there, you know, just kind of those while you're in there type things. We'll assess those. As far as the rest of the car, guys, the rest of the car is 100% ready to support what we're about to do. So, you know, if you guys are new to the channel, we do have a spec stage 3 plus clutch in this car. We do have a fully upgraded cooling system, high flow water pump, radiator, the whole 9, 180T stat. You know, we do have our drag radials on the back. The trans, it's a little questionable. We might wind up putting my old T45 back in because I do think this trans was rebuilt at some point, and I do think it has carbon fiber synchros. I know it doesn't have the hardened parts like the guy told me when I put this trans in a long time ago, but it does have the carbon fiber synchros. I'm pretty sure it just shifts so much better than the trans in the car. So we're probably, when we pull the engine, we're going to pull the engine and trans at the same time, and we are going to swap this guy back in the car. Now, if you guys weren't around for my channel last winter, I did fully build the rear in this car. It has air piece studs, Moser launch axles. It has a helical diff from Eaton. We put a 456 gear in here, but unfortunately, we are going to have to yank the rear back apart. The 456 gear is way too much gear for that right there. Also, another thing too, guys, I've been doing a lot of roll racing with this car, and the 456 gear just does not do it for roll racing. Don't get me wrong, the car's a blast to drive with the short gear. It's very fun, but it's just, you're constantly shifting. Like, I tried to take it up in the mountains to do some turns, and I just wasn't very happy with how it performed. I was constantly shifting in and out of the turns, and I just wasn't happy with it. I really do miss, I had a 410 before the 456, and I really do kind of miss that. The car was slower. Don't get me wrong, the car was definitely slower, but it was just more fun to drive, honestly. Like, you just don't have to shift nonstop. So I think what we're going to do, just because we're going boost and I want to grow into the gear later, I think we're going to do a 373 in the back, just so if we, you know, eventually up the power level later on, we could trap, you know, 130 to 140 in the quarter mile later on. You know, I don't plan on trapping that at 450 wheel, guys. I'm pretty sure you all can kind of guess that. 450 wheel, I'm sure we'll probably trap in the 120s somewhere. We'll probably be running mid to high 10s, I would imagine. But we'll see, you know, we'll see what happens, but it's going to be a very exciting winter, guys. And I just wanted to give you a quick update on the car, where we're at, and what I went and got. But yeah, here's the car, guys. Definitely be an exciting winter. I'll have plenty of content coming on this, but this is a learning curve for me. I've never owned a boosted car. I've never attempted to boost one of my cars or anything like that. This is going to be the first one, guys. So it's going to be a learning curve. We're going to figure it out like we always do, you know. We always figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get the couple parts we need. Also, I'm going to need a fuel system in this car, the fuel tank and everything. The 98 uses a really bad fuel system. Thank you, Ford, for that. So we'll get all of that too. And once I get the parts all here, we'll start taking this car apart. We'll yank the engine out, the trans, all that stuff, and we'll get moving, you know. So I hope you guys are excited to see the process. I am very excited to do the process. Hopefully you guys can hang around, you know, check it out. The car should be very fun when it's done. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to go over that quick couple things with you guys. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in next week's video, Friday at 12 p.m. Peace out.